On a Salvage Hunters special, Drew and T are joined by comedian, collector and artist Johnny Vegas for a series of surprise visits taking in the bright lights of the Northwest.
We're going to Blackpool Illuminations Depot, and it is rammed. Go!
Oh, man! Stop it!
They get a blast from the past
I think that is stunning.
when they stumble across a Pritchard original at an antique centre in Preston.
It was made about 20 years ago by me.
Well, you made that?
And at a one-of-a-kind collection of outsider art in Wigan,
Oh, wow.
Look at this.
the boys meet one of the natives.
Who's that?
He's the local yob.
Drew Pritchard is one of the UK's leading antique and decorative salvage dealers.
We just bought a spaceman.
Hey!
For 1 week, he's invited avid salvage connoisseur and collector Johnny Vegas to join him on the road to hone his haggling skills.
What I don't want you to do is just dive straight in. You've got to learn to hold back a bit.
To teach him the secrets of the trade.
What we did with the last slot we had, put a light in each one and put a piece of board behind one and sold them as single lights.
And even broaden his tastes to the world of traditional antiques he's not as familiar with.
It's stylish, it's classy, it's simple.
It's really weird because I totally get it.
As Johnny takes both his passion for collecting and the art of the deal to the next level.
How about 175?
How about 150? I'm buzzing.
You excited?
I'm genuinely excited. I dabble myself. I'm sort of modern collectibles.
Well,
I think you're more antique, aren't you?
Yes, but...
Or do you hate the word antique when people have to
Antique?
lie on it?
No, that's it. Small island in the West Indies.
Widely known as one of the UK's best-loved comedians and actors, Johnny Vegas is also an avid collector of all things salvage. Keen to learn from Drew, Johnny's been sharing photos of pieces in his collection and discussing their shared passion.
You've been talking to me about salvage and stuff for a while now, haven't you?
Listen, I love it. It kind of pains me what people would walk past or dismiss.
Yes. There's so much stuff out there. All you got to do, and all we try and do, is we just make people look at something a bit closer.
Yeah.
Just say, look, it's not rubbish. This is good.
I'm here to look and learn. Learn from the best.
Don't know about the best, but today we are taking you somewhere
Yeah.
very special.
Drew is surprising Johnny with 3 locations that he thinks will not only appeal to his love of salvage, but will also give him the opportunity to learn more about the trade, broaden his tastes, and hopefully buy some unique pieces. Their first destination is 80 miles away in Wigan, close to Johnny's hometown of St Helens, where Drew has lined up an exclusive invitation.
We're technically in Wigan.
We are, aren't we, on your home ground?
Wash your mouth out, you
You're
bit
St
of
Helens,
dirty
aren't you? Same place,
Yeah.
isn't it? Wigan, St Helens.
Really? Do you want to do this? Do you want to start?
It's just one big, is it not just one big happy village?
Just turn it round.
Today, I'm taking you to Rectory Nurseries. You're going
Right.
to meet a guy called Kevin, who's... I don't want to say too much. I want to see your first reaction to this, because he doesn't really sell anything. He makes stuff for himself.
If you don't sell out.
Well, he will, but we've got to do is we've got to talk to him. Whenever you're trying to buy something, right, the easiest thing, just get chatting.
Well,
make a friend.
Make a friend.
Make a friend.
Show
right?
appreciation.
Exactly.
For what they've
exactly.
got.
Exactly. And if you don't like it, you don't like it.
Without
you know?
looking too keen.
Yeah.
During the 19th century, Wigan was one of the industrial hubs of the Northwest, with coal mining and cotton weaving amongst the town's major industries. Today, the town is possibly most famous as the home of the world's most successful rugby league team, Wigan Warriors. Just a few miles south of the town centre is Rectory Nurseries, an independent, family-run garden centre that holds a surprising secret as an ever-growing collection of outsider art. It's all the vision and almost 45 years' work of just one local man, Kevin Duffy.
I'm not a trained artist, far from it, as you can see. I started it off about 45 years ago. And just out of the blue, a man came down. He said, I want to put you in a magazine. Never heard of it, The Raw Vision. And he said, you're an outsider artist. I said, what's one of them? He says, people who build these. This Drew. I never thought I'd meet him, but I am looking forward to these lads coming. Should have a laugh.
Here we are.
Well, look at front of it.
I know. Shy and retiring.
It is.
It's a proper garden centre, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I mean,
It's stocking up.
oh, wow.
Look at this. Hello. How you doing?
Hello.
Nice to meet you. You built this,
Yeah,
all of it.
from complete scratch.
Are you just self-taught?
Yeah, they call it outsider art. Every statue I've made is out of proportion. Her arms are too thin.
She's got big shoulders, hasn't she?
Hey, hey.
Yeah,
Well, that's fine.
that's for some
fine.
ever made.
I know,
It's
but
good.
Look at this. I'm out of proportion.
Yeah.
Tiny hands, massive
Yeah.
belly.
This is something I've wanted to come and see for a very long time. I'd heard something about it years ago, and somebody said, you really must go there. Well, we're here, and it's been worth the trip. Just 10 foot inside, and we're seeing just wonderful things. How long does this take? That's genuinely beautiful, what you've done there.
Which one?
That intertwined vine there.
But the thing is,
It's lovely.
there's 4 of them, and they all have faces in them.
Oh, my word.
Are you not going to it, pub?
We can do.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is great.
This
I
is
told you you'd like it, didn't I?
really- With art, some people create with the idea of selling it, and to create just to give back and give folk an experience. It's a
Yeah.
really selfless.
Wonderful thing to
Yeah,
do.
we're not
to
doing
do.
it.
I cannot believe this has been created right under my nose, so close to where I live. Such a man after my own heart. He has created like so many, almost like installations. It's a gallery and it's this and a point of interest.
Who's that?
He's the local yob.
It's a local yob.
He is, and that's a Victorian copper. It shouldn't say PC, it should say ER, but nobody ever notices.
And you know what? If anybody pulls you up on it, just get the yob onto them.
This is just wonderful. You've done a really wonderful... I'm blown away. It's more than art.
We had this in our house.
These are all given me.
No, but we had this one in our house.
Yeah, we had the other one of Jesus with his heart in my mum's house.
Is it Pope John Paul, that?
Yeah.
Have a look. We waited at Speke Airport for him when he landed. And my mum went mad because my brother copped off with a girl and he was snogging her when he gave his blessing.
You can check copies if you want.
No, it's just really vivid. Just text me right back to standing. And there was almost a riot because they were trying to sell cans of Coke for 70p.
Yeah.
Because we were all locked tarmac,
Yeah.
dead thirsty.
Let's keep going.
I promised myself
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go after anything large scale. Keep it small, something for the mantelpiece.
Johnny, no.
Yes.
Just no in every fibre of my being, no.
I had a bike as a kid that my dad got me, second hand, and he painted my name on it. And that was my face, Christmas morning. But within 2 minutes, all lads were, you big puff, that's second hand. My dad said he'd ordered it special. This is Michael's flyer. Right, only because the family's gonna go mad at me, but
You're not going to pay money for it.
it will make me very happy.
But it won't be cheap.
Well, what
Oh
are
my
you saying?
God.
Won't be
Well.
cheap?
Well, it cost me 130.
Without putting you on under
It'd
any
have to be
undue
over 100.
You've got to give the man a profit. You've got to give him at least 100 quid for it. And he's losing money
I
at that.
can't pay 100 for it, sorry.
Johnny was going on about the statuette of the young boy on the bike. He's going, oh, I love it. It reminds me of my childhood. That's me, da-da-da-da, all this. And honestly, I was really glad when he didn't buy it because it's not worth a tenner. And the sentiment side of things would be very quickly forgotten. You know, that sounds harsh, but that is my job, to judge. I have to judge things and go, is that nice? Is it not? But it fits in here. It goes with it. Even with all this wonderful, fabulous bits of art that he's created here, that sort of goes with it because it's so off the wall.
The bike I so wanted because it's me. And it reminds me of me from a different time. And yet it's quite poignant because it was the first bike I got that I thought was new, but it was second-hand. And it does look like me on that bike. You wouldn't believe it, but I used to have flowing locks and a glint to my eye.
Would you not give that house room?
No.
I like that phrase, give it house room. That's what I've got to be careful
That's an
now.
antique
Well, I
dealer
would.
saying.
See, I would with that.
Oh, that's the other Jesus.
That's Jesus.
I made 3, one over there,
Right.
this here, and the one on Jesus at bottom.
I thought that was Shakespeare.
It is now.
Right. It's Jesus after a lot of stress.
It's been a tough year.
I can only heard, hasn't he?
It's
He's very well dressed. You can tell he's made it to heaven.
yeah. Right then. So these here, these would be, Johnny. I would suggest if you're going to try and buy something, one of these.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's
Would
sizable.
you sell any of these?
Not really, but,
Okay.
but my least favourite
Yeah.
would be a...
Let
Right.
me have a look at that.
That is a
me have a
favourite,
look at
and
it.
copper's a favourite.
Yeah.
He's the best one in
And
the
it-
bag.
That's the one to buy because that is social commentary.
Yeah.
It's got it all. It's art, it's folk art, it's everything. It's all in one. It's got everything. Kevin has never sold anything from here. He's never sold anything he's created. How do you put a value on that? You can't deny there is art in this. You can't deny there is charm and soul and feeling in these pieces. I have to take them out of context and value them that way. But we're buying from the artist. And I think it's probably the first time he's ever been called that, but he is. He is an artist. He's created art. I think outsider art of this sort is massively undervalued in this country, where in America it is massively valued. But that one is quintessentially British. It's a place in time, and it just has that extra special something.
This bust was made by Kevin in 2010, and like many of his sculptures, was constructed by using whatever materials he had to hand at the time. The basic shape was built using cement-filled plant pots and chicken wire, which Kevin then covered with layers of cement, sculpting the detail and facial features as he went. Finished in emulsion and gloss paints, this is a piece that's as unique and quirky as it gets. It could be worth around £1,200.
What would be a silly figure for it, you think, to pay for one of these?
You're an expert.
Look, can I throw a figure out that I'm spending your money on?
Yeah.
£500.
You're joking, no? I'll have to sit down. 500 quid?
Drew Pritchard is schooling avid salvage and art collector Johnny Vegas in the finer points of the trade, and has brought him to one of the Northwest's best collections of outsider art.
You built this,
Yeah,
all of it.
from complete scrap.
None of the pieces here have ever been for sale, but with Drew's help, Johnny's hoping to do a deal for his favourite sculpture of the collection.
£500.
You're joking, no?
Nope.
I'll have to sit down. 500 quid?
You have a sit down. Have a sit down.
Well, how do you feel about the 500 on him?
I do. I'll let it go, because I can use £500. Yeah.
There's a piece over here I'd quite like to
And
buy. Do you
him.
know Shakespeare? When did you make it? Can you remember what year?
About 10 years ago.
About 10 years ago, and it's Shakespeare.
Well, it is, but it started out as a Jesus.
Seen his eyes are marbles as well.
Yeah.
Could I buy him for £400?
Yeah.
Deal.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Them the prices I've not used to. That is a good price.
What you've got to, it's fair for me. I can turn it over, I can make a little bit of money on it if I want to get rid of it. And right now, I'm not so sure I do. Your stuff, you need to look at yours, what you've been doing here, as decades and decades of art. You've created something that takes you away from yourself. It takes you to a different place. And it has genuine merit.
You can't deal in the way that you would normally deal when you're buying and selling stuff. But I like to think he was flattered when Drew threw a price out on his personal works of art. I think it was really sweet. I think the genuine shock that he had, that you know, piece was worth that. I think I honestly, I think he feels like valued as an artist, which he should be, and he's got every right to be.
What we're going to do now, I'm going to go and grab the van. You two can stay and have a chat.
Yeah.
We'll go and get the van and get loaded up.
Right.
Yeah? What can I say about today? It encapsulates an awful lot of the things that I love. A man's singular vision to build something extraordinary just because he wanted to. And today he sold his first piece of art, and it's good art. What we saw today was one of the last true originals, and Kevin really is that. He's a little bit of a gem.
I love eccentrics. I love what he's done. And he gives me faith that I'm not a bad person for loving objects and loving great stuff. Every item that he placed here will bring someone joy. And he's brought me a lot of joy today.
I never thought that I'd get somebody like Drew saying, "That's art, man, that's art." I said, "Are you sure?" Yeah, he said it is. It's amazing.
That was just inspiring.
It was something deeply heartfelt there. I really enjoyed it. There's not many originals left, and he's one of them.
No.
And I love that. I take heart from that, I really do.
The following morning, the boys are heading 40 miles north to Blackpool. The famous seaside town holds a special place in Johnny's heart, as it was a regular childhood holiday destination, and is also home to the ultimate attraction for a local lad with a passion for modern collectibles.
We have got somewhere for you today.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
Well, I collect a lot of old fairground stuff.
Yes.
I'm like a very confused magpie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be shiny, it doesn't have to be this. If it just something kind of gauges my interest, I'm like, I'm in.
A magpie with concussion. Would you,
Yeah,
would that be a close enough description?
We're going to Blackpool Illuminations Depot, where they store all of the stuff that they've used in the past. I came here over a decade ago. I was the first person they ever allowed in to buy anything, and it is rammed.
Oh my God.
Yes, this is better than anything you've ever seen before in your sort of collect. I know, because I know this is the sort of thing you like. This place is going to blow your mind, because they make them here as well. What I don't want you to do is just dive straight in. You've got to learn to hold back a bit and just not be so keen.
What I've not got to do is that. Oh!
Don't do that.
No,
No.
I know. I've got to act like I don't need this in my life. I don't want this in my life.
You've got to hold back.
Yeah, collection-wise,
Cool.
just imagine you're fresh out of a relationship and you just want to hang with your mates.
Do you think
You've got to treat it like that.
Just like that, yeah. That's it. Don't give the game away.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
The famous Blackpool lights were started in 1879, 2 years before the first public supplies of electricity in the UK, when 8 electric lamps were mounted on 60-foot poles on the seafront. But it was in 1912 that the first incarnation of the modern-day illuminations appeared, as the promenade was decorated with 10,000 lights to commemorate the royal opening of Princess Parade. The rest, as they say, is history, with the scale and extravagance of this annual display growing every year and attracting millions of visitors. The man responsible for this iconic British attraction and the guide for the day is Richard Williams.
We're actually in Lightworks, which is the home of the world-famous show. Here we manufacture, maintain and do everything illuminations. I used to see the illuminations. I was born and bred in Blackpool, and I'm proud to come and manage it. You know, 7-mile show on the promenade in Blackpool. It's just amazing. We invited Drew to come over and have a look at some of the things that we don't necessarily use in the display all the time. And that'll really help us, because if Drew takes something, then we can replace it with something new in the display.
Richard.
Very well, it is.
How are we?
Hiya, mate.
Good to see you.
You
How
okay?
are you?
Thank you. Good, good,
Welcome
good.
to the home of the illuminations.
Wow.
Can we have a look round?
Of course you can.
I saw this last time I was here. It's brilliant.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's proper sort of Heath Robinson thrown together,
Yeah,
scratch
yeah.
built. You can see there's bits of this, that and the other holding it together. Tip top. We've been here before. About 11 years ago. Thought we'd bring Johnny back. His love for this sort of stuff is well known. We kept it as a surprise till this morning, didn't tell him. And he's over the moon. He's really, really looking forward to getting stuck in.
I'm very, very excited. I am trying to play it cool, but this stuff is right up my alley. I love signs. I love illuminated signs. You can't be from the Northwest and not have experienced Blackpool illuminations. It's part of our DNA. And to be able to hopefully get a piece of that would mean a hell of a lot to me.
So how about a spaceman? So these date back to the 70s.
Do they?
And they used to hang them in the middle of the road on the promenade.
Do they work?
So would you like to see one illuminated?
Yes,
They
please.
light up.
They light
Yeah,
up
yeah,
as
yeah.
well. Ready?
Please.
Oh. Are you selling the whole thing?
You'd probably have to take him without the stand.
This enormous astronaut was built for the illuminations in 1970 to celebrate Neil Armstrong's moonwalk the previous year, and was born from the imagination of Alan Cockcroft, who was the illuminations designer between 1969 and 1987. A regular feature of the annual display, this astronaut has been repainted several times over the years, but is still in full working order. It could be worth around £2,500.
I've got to get it at price where it feels great.
OK.
Because it's going to be a tricky one for me to deal with, to
Sure.
be perfectly honest with you. So where do you want to be?
I was thinking about the 800 mark.
700 quid, I'll have a deal.
For 1 week, Drew Pritchard has taken comedian and salvage enthusiast Johnny Vegas under his wing to expand his knowledge of the trade.
I collect a lot of old fairground stuff.
They're at the Blackpool Illuminations warehouse, where Johnny's in his element, but is taking a back seat as Drew attempts to do a deal for a giant spaceman from 1970.
700 quid, I'll have a deal.
Say what? 750.
Sold.
So
Thank
excellent,
you.
brilliant.
We just bought a spaceman. Hey! We end up a very reasonable 750 quid. We have perfect provenance for it. There is only 4 in existence. I own one of them. Why not? Just why not? I think I saw these last time.
OK.
Are these available?
They are. These used to be on they were the street lights for amenity lighting, so they used to be right close to the sea, on the sea wall.
Where's the light? In the top
In
here?
the top, yeah. I think you could do a nice job refurbing those, actually.
Just got to think what we could do with that. Cool, aren't they? A pair of them would be good. What do you think?
Well, I had my eye on them as soon as I come up the stairs.
So we got to the top of the steps in the warehouse, and immediately on my left-hand side, I see one of my favourite things, great big old lamps. They're fab. They were made for Blackpool Illuminations brand new, but they've never been used. These were spares, so they're pristine. I'll take the complete ones.
Yes.
Complete ones at £100 a pop. I know.
How much?
It's a drive
£100
our
each.
bargain. How about, could you go to 150?
Why don't you meet him halfway at 125?
He's good. That's good.
He
That's
is.
good.
I like that.
I like that. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon we can do that.
Deal. They do need rewiring, and they're probably going to have the colour changed as well. It's something I don't like doing, but they're going to go to a commercial project. You know, they're not going to be used in somebody's house. They're nightclub, pub, restaurant, bar, whatever. That's what they are for. Look at this. How many times in your life do you get to... Well, I've done it twice
All
now.
right, yeah. All right, Johnny, be patient. He's put me in the mood already.
Does that?
What I have got are these hearts,
Ooh.
I like.
and they're all in
Sorry,
different
just before you
sizes.
said that.
Now, you'd have to put some lighting inside them.
Yeah.
I'm guessing what you could do, if you want, you could use them on, mount them on boards, couldn't you, and get...
What we did with the last slot we had, on a lot of them, we split them in half, put a light in each one, and put a piece of board behind one, and
Yeah.
sold them as single lights.
That bit, you've got two
That's
for
the way
one.
to go with these, to be honest with you.
If I bought a large one and a small one,
Yeah.
what would you give me on them?
Large one and a small one, £100.
Shave a bit off. 80.
About 85.
I'll tell you what, I'll come up, I'll meet you at 90.
Go on,
Again, we'll
it's
split
brilliant,
it.
That's better.
fantastic.
I've got certain lighting from Soho and everything.
Wow.
And
These
must
are
have matched
great.
up with them perfect.
These are great.
Okay.
And you're getting
Perfect.
4 lights out of this
Yeah.
as well, so it's perfect.
The hearts were a no-brainer, and especially when Drew suggested splitting them in half. I've got some lighting examples at home that they'll blend in with perfectly. So the hearts were... You'd have to be mad not to. Richard, I saw something coming up here,
Okay.
and I feel like you've almost died in it from me.
Right.
But
Oh.
tell me what
This?
I think. I'll wait till you see this.
Well, it's lacking any artistic merit.
Oh. Do you know who designed, do you want to know who designed that?
Who designed it?
Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen.
Did he really?
Genuinely, it was a theatre on the prom called the Theatre de Moor.
Ah.
And
Oh, yeah,
it
now you
was...
see it first.
Now, actually, it's all right.
Oh.
how about 175?
How about 150? And I've got a perfect sign it could sit over. Off a speed.
I'll tell you what, I'll go 160. Done.
I'll do 160 on that.
Have it. I'll go over a tenner, thank you.
Yeah, no
That's
problem.
wonderful. I absolutely love it. It's going to be in my living room, so it's going to be in my life. It's perfect. It's not for sale. It's mine. She's a keeper. And I love buying passion pieces, because that's what I want in my home. Passion pieces, stories, backgrounds. And I adore her.
Blackpool Illuminations has come up trumps for us again. We have had a brilliant day. We've bought incredible things, interesting, unusual one-offs that you ain't going to get anywhere else. Johnny was like a kid in a candy shop. He could not believe his eyes. He's been buying little bits here and there online, finding small pieces, so to be presented with huge pieces of artwork and lighting, you know, from the home of British entertainment. He is over the moon.
It's amazing. I think I did really well. I'm buzzing. And I am excited and I'm loving it. And I am filling my life with beauty.
Before calling it a day, the boys are heading down to the seafront and the iconic Blackpool Tower, where there's a surprise in store for Johnny.
We've got something a bit special for you now.
I think you're going to like this, Johnny.
Come on. You're going to like this. And Richard and T and I have put this together for you now. So you're going to flick the lights on Blackpool. Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
But the problem is, Johnny, once you switch them on, you have to pay the bill for all the lights.
I don't want this.
Come on.
Johnny, this is the real switch that was used from 1934 to turn the lights on.
And is this for sale?
In a word, no. So if we can do a countdown from 5, and all we need to do is pull that switch down.
I'm
to.
having a moment. Genuinely having a moment. You have these little points like this where you go, oh, I wish my mum and dad were here. I wish my mum and dad were here to witness this. Because my mum would criticise how I flick the switch. And my dad would.
Your dad to complain about how they were wired.
Yeah.
Who's paying for that? Go on then.
Ready?
5,
5,
4, 3,
3,
2,
2, 1.
Go.
Shopping it!
How do you feel, Johnny?
I feel part of history.
You like that, pal? That's great, wasn't it?
I'm going to cry. I am,
You all right, mate?
genuinely.
Right. It's beautiful.
Give it 10 minutes and I'll be shouting at people, see that, I did that.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Oh, wow.
To soak up Johnny's handiwork, the boys have time for a classic Blackpool supper on the comedy carpet, a 1,880 square metre piece of public art that commemorates many of the UK's comedy icons.
So, Johnny, your name's here. Breakfast.
I know.
How did you get into comedy then? How did you get to that point?
I went and saw stand-up first time and I went, oh, God, this is amazing. I've never seen this. I've watched it on telly and everything, but when I watched it live, I just went, there's something about this.
Do you still remember your first gig?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. Where was it?
I was a compere at the college karaoke. And then me and my best mate, Brad Davis, decided it should be... I went to Johnny Casino based on Johnny Casino and the Gamblers, you know, from the Grease film. And then it was like, me and my mate decided it should be Johnny Vegas, and we can't remember why we decided it. So it's kind of lost in time, which I sort of like, really.
Did you scratch that in yourself, or is it?
Mine peels off. The council come down and chased me off. I was amazed when they had admitted us.
You enjoyed today then, fellas?
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. It's up there, isn't it? Tomorrow, we are going to a very, very large, proper antique centre.
I honestly don't get antiques.
Don't worry, I'll teach you. So,
But my dad was a joiner, but I'm just not into dark wood.
you'll enjoy it, promise you. I promise you.
The final stop on the boys' road trip is just 20 miles east in Preston, where Drew has arranged a visit that will not only take Johnny out of his comfort zone, but hopefully broaden his tastes.
Today, this is my world now. We're going to an antique centre, a big one. Preston Antique Centre. It's an absolute cracker. It's somewhere I've been a lot. I know it's not your thing.
It's not.
I know it's not your thing. I just want you to sort of brace yourself, enjoy it.
I'm going to treat today more of a learning curve.
Yeah.
And watch. I know what I like.
Yeah.
We've not always seen eye to eye. But I'd like to learn a bit more
We have always
about
seen
it.
eye to eye.
No,
it's
but...
just I won't lie to you. I won't say, if you say that's good, I'll say, no, leave it.
Yeah, I know. Today, you're the master, I'm the apprentice.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do a bit of that
And then
today.
I'll be like Darth Vader and I'll kill you one day.
This is not the patina you're looking for.
Yeah.
Originally a small market town, the Industrial Revolution transformed Preston into one of the biggest producers of cotton in the north of England. And today, the boys are headed to an antique centre, housed in one of the largest cotton mills that still stands in the town. Built in 1895, this 75,000 square foot space has been home to Preston Antique Centre for over 30 years, with 3 floors packed full of stock, ranging from quirky collectibles to exquisite antique furniture. The boys' guide for the day is veteran dealer Sue Shallow.
Preston Antique Centre originally started off as Dorcas, actually. It was a factory for Dorcas fabrics. That's what it was when it was a mill. And then we opened it up as an antique centre, and that was about 1990. I'm looking forward to Drew and Johnny and T coming today, because Drew is amazing. His knowledge is very high on most things, and that's what I'm looking forward to, learning even more. If we've got what he wants in here, what he really, really wants. Hello.
How much for
Hello.
the horses?
Welcome to Preston Antique Centre.
Thank you,
Very
thank
nice
you.
to meet you.
We've come for a bit of a wander around.
Just please look at things.
Oh, my God, it's full of stuff, this, isn't it?
Rammed. I used to come here and we'd come on a Friday afternoon, 10, 15 odd years ago, and just fill the van.
Right.
Just fill it. And then Saturday morning, sell it all straight out the back of the van. Today, we are in Preston Antique Centre. It's one of the biggest in the UK. It's just a constant changing mix. You can come here from one week to the next and it'll be different. This is a good place to bring Johnny. It's not what he wants, but we've done a lot of what he wants. This is more now the real deal. This is me doing my job.
I think Drew's brought me here to show me what he knows. I'd be a fool not to listen and learn, but this is completely out of my normal comfort zone.
There you go, look at that.
See, but you know what's mad? My dad was a joiner, and my dad loved dartwood. I'm not a fan of dartwood furniture. I don't want to...
Are you saying
what do you think of that?
I think as an item
Yeah.
for sale, I think it's beautiful.
This is a military campaign chest, right? This was made in, I think, India. Splits in 2 halves, like that. If you were going off to war, all your clothes would be packed in it, and your people would carry this around for you. Even to the point where people would take 12-seater dining tables with chairs. But it's got these nice flush handles on there. It's got its teak. It's got £1,900 on it, which is a bit heavy. How much can that be? Do you have a trade price on it?
Yeah, I can do it 17.
17. Still a bit heavy.
If it were me, I'd say 15 would be a decent price on it.
Yeah.
In an ideal
So
world.
if I offered 1,500, would you be able to take it?
What I'll do, I'll get Martin to phone them and see what the very best is.
When it comes to dating campaign chests, it's the variations in design that are the telltale signs. The shorter brass straps and the width of this beautifully coloured mahogany example date it to the middle of the 19th century. Measuring just over 1 metre wide and half a metre deep, it's the ideal size for use in a variety of modern-day settings, ranging from a country house to an apartment. It could be worth around £2,500.
I've got a better price for you.
What's he said?
He said 1650. Is that the best he can do?
Drew Pritchard has taken salvage fanatic Johnny Vegas out of his comfort zone by bringing him to a 3-storey antique centre in Preston.
Oh my God, it's full of stuff, this, isn't it?
Johnny's getting a crash course in 19th century furniture, as Drew's in the midst of doing a deal for a mahogany campaign chest.
I've got a better price for you.
What's he said?
He said 1650. Is that the best he can do?
I'll buy it, I'll have it.
Are you sure? Is that fine?
So
Okay.
I'm going to pay a little bit more than I should do for it, and all I'm doing is lessening my profit, but I'm still going to make a profit.
Okay. The campaign chest, I think it's amazing. I think the backstory to it, I could totally see why he wants it, but it wouldn't be for me. But he's buying for trade. I keep saying it over and over again. I buy to keep. I'm not trading. I don't have a warehouse. And I'm certainly more cautious about buying larger items of furniture. And I am a bit more contemporary in that department.
Oh, my word. You won't believe this. Come and have a look at this. What do you think of that door, Johnny?
I think that is stunning.
Do you?
Yeah.
It was made about 20 years ago. By me.
Well, you made that?
I made that. When I lost my job, right, my lovely ex-boss, Gordon, he couldn't even pay me anything, right? And he said, anything you want in the workshops, you can have it. And there was 2 little leaded windows like that, there. 2 little, they're only small. And I just said, I've always looked at those. The whole time I've been working for you, I've looked at those and I love them. And he said, you can have them. And then what I did, I started copying them when we had the leaded glass business. We redesigned the centre section. The ones to the left and the right are the copies of the ones that I've got. And they're still in my house today.
No, I love that.
It's strange.
It's lovely, mate. It's lovely.
just strange to see that my work's
Absolutely.
ending up in an antique shop.
I was really impressed. I have to give him credit where it's due. And you know what? I like the fact that he'd go to those kind of efforts. It shows his passion for everything that he does. And that's why I hate to admit it, why he's so good at what he does.
Yeah, I understand that might be a bit more with you, Johnny. Have a look at this.
I'm really, oh my God, look at that.
The house with a reputation.
And do you know what? I don't have an issue
With the condition.
with signs, with the
Yeah,
condition.
it's not-
If I like the
it's-
content matter.
That's a good one.
That is nice. If I didn't have, I've got a place in my kitchen. If I hadn't already bought this big OXO one.
Bentley's good, isn't it? Bentley
Yeah.
and Shaw, that's
Yeah,
pretty good. Good
yeah.
colour, good size. It's got some decent bits in here, actually.
I know.
What is that?
They're teaching aids.
Is it really?
Teaching aid how engines work and valves work.
Yeah.
That's actually a really nice one.
It
What's he
is?
asking for them? 225. That's all right. It's pretty good.
Good price, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. This is probably the stall where I'm most in my comfort zone. They brought me up here and I found stuff. Now, Daddy's home. I know they're original posters, but 195.
That's all right.
I don't think so. I'd be having it. I'd be looking at 100 on it. But I'll tell you what you can do.
I'm going to find the prices out in a minute for that.
Find them prices.
That one.
But if I do a bundle,
So that'll be that one and the
gear changer,
one.
yeah.
I'll do that for you.
Teaching aids have been a surefire seller for Drew for decades, and this working model of a car gearbox from the 1950s that Johnny has spotted ticks all the boxes. Quirky, original, and with good age. Combined with the poster and pair of signs that also have the kinds of patina and character synonymous with Drew, this is a bundle that's not only full of appeal, but also a healthy potential profit. It could be worth around £1,200.
I've had a chat with him for you.
On the bundle deal?
On the bundle,
Right.
for the lot, for £6.90.
It's a great price. That is a really
You've
good.
got
He's
more
done
or
you.
less half
He's doing you.
price.
That's
He's
shake
done
the
us a
man's
solid.
hand.
Yes.
That's a very
yeah.
good price.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Sold.
The dealer did me an amazing deal, and I mean amazing. £6.90 for 4 items, and nobody seemed to put out. Everyone's happy, and that's what you want at the end of the day.
I'm looking for something that is just simple and stylish and untouched, and T's just touched on something
This
very,
is quite
very
nice.
Yes, you're both dead on. That's perfect. Well done, both of you. T will tell you what that is.
It's a cricket table.
It's a cricket table because it's
What-
got
what
3
makes it a
legs.
cricket
It's
table?
got three legs.
Oh, like the wicket.
Do you know why? Because you can put these traditionally on uneven floors. And because it's 3 legs, it won't wobble. Clever, eh?
So you're not doing the pub thing of folding up a beer mat and
No.
sliding it underneath that?
This one is it's oak. It's early 20th century. It's 320 quid. It's well priced. It's a cracking piece of furniture. And it's, do you know what I like about it?
Yeah.
It's unfussy.
Yeah, it does what it says on the tin, doesn't it?
It's not shouty. It's stylish, it's classy, it's simple.
It's really weird because I totally get it. And the more I look at it, like, I like the lines underneath.
Yeah.
You're talking me into it, but I have come today going, I am not buying furniture for the sake of it.
No. You don't have to
lovely
buy it.
thing, though, isn't it?
I'm trying to buy this for myself.
I've got a very good price off you from Nick. £2.40.
Right, well, we're going to buy it. We're having that.
That's a shame,
Thank you.
because I've got £250 burning a hole in my pocket.
Too late. I'm talking to Johnny, start to explain to him what it's all about and why, and saying, look, this is the joints here, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is what I've got to do to it. And in the end, he's that convinced about it as well, and he's got it. He's there now, he understands it, and he's turned around and said, yeah. And I think if I hadn't bought it, he would.
I'm kind of glad he got it. Do you know what? He'll find a better home for it than I could. But it'd be great to walk in the room and go, it's a cricket table. I've learnt that. And you go, why? 3 legs, why? Because 3 legs, they don't rock. So why do we make so much bloody furniture with 4 legs?
Antique centres, I love them. They take a huge amount of work out of our job, and we found some lovely things. And Johnny did well, actually. He bought quite a lot. And these are things, genuinely, he's buying for himself. And he got a very, very good price for those 4 items, particularly. So, yeah, I think he's getting it.
Today has been far more successful than I thought it would be. I thought this is the day that I'd just walk around like a moody teenager, and I've come away buzzing. Got some incredible stuff.
How have you enjoyed your week with me and Tina?
It's been absolutely brilliant, lads. It's been a good learning curve. I tell people I'm a collector, but it's actually broadened my mind on how little I do know about certain stuff. And
There's always more to learn.
Always, always.
Would you come out with us again?
Definitely.
Would you?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
You've not learned that much then.